Hey everybody, good Thursday morning, top of the morning to you. Eddie Williams Sellers coming to you in the quietness of sitting here in my little dining room here in East Point this morning. It is 7:43. Ava has already left to go to work. I'm about to finish this coffee here shortly, upload this video, head over to the Key Road house to work a little bit this morning. But top of the day to everybody. Hope you're doing okay. The morning post is about time flying by. You know, as we get older, old people love to talk about the weather and they love to talk about time flying by. So, anyhow, just kind of talking a little bit about the time this morning. The morning post, everybody. It's hard to believe that in a few days, October will have come and gone. Saturday's the 1st of November. I think that is a running theme with me now. Where did the time go? Where did the year go? Where have all the years gone? In the picture over on my Facebook page, Ava and I are lying in bed with Boom Boom and Gracie. We all like to just pile up in the bed and watch some TV, while we mostly ignore each other while scanning through our phones. But it is probably our most favorite time of the day. Boom Boom, being a Baptist, is kind of lazy by nature. I don't know when was the last time he actually went out knocking on people's doors, trying to tell them about Jesus. I know he sure does love that bed, but probably not any more than I do, or any of us, and certainly not more than Ava. In the picture, we don't have a headboard in the picture. We had one. But when I painted the bedroom 2 years ago, we decided to get a new headboard. So we gave ours to Heather. And now 2 years have gone by. And we still haven't gotten around to getting a new headboard. Where did those 2 years go? How can time fly by so quickly? Y'all know that we will all be 100 years old in a few months. Or at least it feels like it, don't it? Time is just flying by. How did we all pile up in those little beds as kids and sleep together? My brothers, James, Richard, and Joe, and myself, all piled up every night and sleeping in a little half bed. And Richard always wet the bed back then, which was so frustrating. Back then, they only had full and half beds. I don't even think they had queen. They certainly didn't have king. Now, if I don't have a king bed, I just feel like I'm really having a hard time in life. I love a big king bed. When us cousins would spend the night with each other, how did 4 or 5 12-year-old boys pile up in little beds together, giggle and sleep, talk about stuff all night? I don't know, but those nights were probably some of the best nights of my life. When I went to live with my Aunt Mary, it was the first time that I had ever slept in a bed by myself, my own room. Even though it was a small 4-room house on McClendon Drive off of East Ponce de Leon in Scottsdale, I was kind of afraid in that room by myself and slept with my door open. After dinner, Mary and I would go sit on her front porch in an old colorful metal glider, and I would lay back on that glider and put my head in her lap, and we would just glide back and forth, and she would run her hands through my hair. By then, her own 2 kids were married and out of the house. She had grandkids of her own. She knew how to mother somebody, especially me. She was so sweet to me. The last time I saw her, I was 16 years old, and I got me a job at Scottsdale Cotton Mill. After work on a Wednesday, I walked down East Ponce de Leon to McClendon and went to her house. They went to church on Wednesday nights, and I knew that they would be riding up toward Cabbagetown later. So I went in to see her, and first thing she said, brought me some of her husband's clothes in there at my Uncle Ace and said, "Put these on and I'll wash and dry your clothes for you." She always wanted to do stuff for me. So I put on AC's clothes, and she put my clothes in the washer because we had to wait for AC to get home. And she said, "You hungry?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hungry." So she went in there and fixed me something to eat. I don't remember what it was I ate that meal, but I just know if Mary fixed me a plate of food, it had to have been delicious. She didn't tell me she was sick. She died shortly after I saw her that day. That was the last time I saw her. Where did October go? Where did all of the years go? It's kind of weird to sit here this morning and think about some of that and how quickly time is flying by. Soon it will be 2026. 2026. Good Lord. Do y'all know people that were born in 1990 will be 36 years old? Where did these years are crazy, y'all. Will I ever see Mary again? That's the age-old question among men and people and religion and gods and all that. Will I ever cross paths with my Aunt Mary again? It sure would be strange to see her again. It's kind of weird to think about some of that. Maybe we will. Is there the other side? People are like, oh, they crossed over to the other side. We don't know. I hope there is, kind of, don't you? I hope there's another side. Yeah. Don't some of you people listen to this say, oh, there's heaven and hell. Y'all go on with all that silliness. Good Lord. Maybe headboards are not important in life. If they were, surely we would have went out within the last 2 years and found one. What is important is a big, king, warm bed on a cold, wet October night with all four of us winding down the day. I love that time of evening. I tell Ava a lot of times, I think that's my favorite part of the day. Just put the day to bed. Call it a day. Just go pile up in the bed. We get our iPhones out and look something on TikTok and got a little something playing in the background on the TV. Yeah. The good parts of life. Yeah. Good morning, sweet people. Top of the day to you. Let's get this day going. I've got things to do, things that need to get done. Have a little joy today, a little happiness today. Eat something good today. Be good to yourself today. Pick yourself up. Encourage yourself. Yeah. It's good to be alive, isn't it? Love y'all.